Hello, we are Big Blanket Productions.
Hello.
And we are performing our debut project at this year's Greater Manchester Fringe. And our play is, drumroll,
This White Night
by Chloe Moss.
Yeah.
First commissioned by Clean Break at London Soho Theatre in 2008.
So if you want to come and see our fantastic brand new first ever production with Big Blanket, we are going to be performing it in the vault at the King's Arms.
In this building.
In this very building downstairs. It's very atmospheric.
Oh, I like that. And what time does it start?
It starts at 7 o'clock and tickets are £8. But if you're a concession or some actors, £6.
Yeah.
It's special.
So the show is about two women that have served some time in prison and they've just been released. Marie was released first and Lorraine shortly after, and it's about how these two women are rehabilitated on the outside and how society treats these women and how they're expected to survive beyond their prison cell, basically.
Yeah, and it's going to be brilliant because we're actually going to have the audience are going to be in there, so I don't want to give away too much, but it is going to be like a fly on the wall experience. So you'll just be seeing a little slice of life of Marie and Lorraine's life now.
That will be down to interpretation and also how our rehearsal process sort of develops. We don't want to put too much on it, and we don't want to force that. We want it to be quite organic and natural, but if that comes out, then great.
Yeah, they were very close. They were cellmates, like all the way through. So
a lot of LGBT themes arise in prison, especially in all-female prisons, so there would have definitely been that connection there on the inside of prison, but whether that is still there on the outside is much to be explored.
I think, well, honestly, I came to see a wonderful play by Mike Heath, little plug for Mike, and he did a production down there called Calling of Nature. I'm so sorry, Mike, it was wrong. But I really enjoyed that production, and when I was in the space, straight away thought This White Night should be shown here. We've also been talking to charities as well, so you might be just seeing the debut of a much bigger project. So we've been speaking to charities because we're very interested in the judicial system and how women are treated out of this when they come out of prison, and it's something that needs to be explored, and we're very passionate about bringing women's matters to the forefront and issues and talking about them, engaging with the public about it.
I think what's nice about the space as well is that when they're doing it, because I listened to it, I heard it for the first time last week, and it was really nice to hear the issues that we're talking about, and in that space downstairs there's no escaping it. You are in there with them. It almost feels like you're watching it happen there and then. So there's no escaping those issues, and you have to listen to it, and what's nice is that there's going to be completely different perspectives depending on who watches it, and it's going to be interesting to talk to people and to find out what their points of view are in regards to their situation, because no one really talks about what happens to you after you leave prison. No one talks about it. Where do you go, what do you do, and this play really picks on those topics about life afterwards, and so it's really
it's going to be intense 1 hour.
Yeah. It's going to be intense.
Yes, I was actually in a version of it that went to Edinburgh Fringe Festival in 2014, so quite a while ago, and Amy came to see it then actually. And we've sort of just been inspired just to revive it and bring in these other themes that haven't quite been explored in the version that I've done. And it was great. It was a great play to perform at Edinburgh Fringe, and we had a very similar space there, a very tight basement space. So it will just be really interesting this time round as well with the Manchester audience to come and see it as well.
And also, funnily enough, when we approached our director, Amy Liptrott, hello.
There you go, Amy.
There you go, Amy, right there. When we approached our director, funnily enough, she was going to do this for a final project for Mountview, so as a director.
Yeah, it was a bit odd actually, coincidental. She was like, oh, I've got this play, I've been meaning to put it on. And it was just coincidental that we approached her saying, we want you to do this.